I'm honored to get to share with you today about a topic near and dear to my heart, and that is overcoming insecurity. Many of us are plagued with insecure thoughts that hold us back from our full potential in Christ. A couple years ago, God led me to write a book about my own journey to overcoming insecurity, and today I want to share some of those thoughts with you. What is insecurity? It is simply bondage to the lies we believe about ourselves. There are three characteristics of insecurity that manifest in our lives. The first is that when we are insecure, we are not living connected to our true identity in Christ. Because of this, it makes it easy to believe lies and finally leads to an unrealistic fear of what other people think. Today, I want to give you tools to help you unravel each of these three issues and finally live free from what holds you back. The first to tackle in this video is our identity. There's a question I constantly ask myself to help me make sure that I am living in my true identity. The question is, how do you see yourself? So many of our daily struggles are rooted in how we see ourselves, our self-regard. We struggle to see ourselves through the lens of Christ and instead see ourselves through the lens of our insecurities and downfalls, mistakenly believing it is who we are. These negative lenses come from many things: past hurts and failures, hurtful words from others, our own negative self-talk, and the lies the enemy gets us to believe. For me, I grew up believing the lie I was a reject. As an overweight teen, I saw everything through the lens of one word: rejected, because of the way I looked. It's what kept me insecure. I didn't want to take risks because I didn't want to chance the possibility of being rejected. My life was filtered through this lie, and it became my reality. I identified myself as the fat girl and so kept myself isolated, hidden, and everyone else at arm's length. Lonely and in pain, I fought against depression, self-hatred, and suicidal thoughts, which only served to deepen the pit of bondage I was already in. But by the grace of God, He reached down into that pit and taught me that what I believe about myself does not define me. What you believe about yourself does not define you. What someone else has said about you does not define you. Even the lies of the enemy and the evidence of the flesh that try to keep you in those lies does not define you. Only what your Father believes about you truly defines you. Your beliefs and perceptions, however, do define the experience you have in this world. So that is why it is so important to have the right lens through which we see ourselves. To do this, we must distinguish between a lie we believe about ourselves and a fact. I had to come to the conclusion that I was in fact overweight and unhealthy. But the lie I believed was that I would be rejected or had nothing to offer because of the way I looked. I was finding my identity in the way I looked and not in the truth of who I was. A fact may be that you are single, but the lie is that you are undesirable, unwanted, or not worth fighting for. Another fact may be that you are overweight or simply unhealthy yourself, but the lie is that you are ugly or have nothing to offer because of the way you look. Another fact may be that your life is just not where you thought it would be. But the lie is that you're a failure or you'll never have your heart's desire. Facts are simply facts, and the enemy loves to use them to confuse our identity, but they are not our identity. They do not have the power to define us except the power we give them. When we allow these facts to define who we are, we see ourselves through the wrong lens. I was reading to my children the other day about Jesus being tempted in the desert. And the strategy the enemy was using each time he spoke to Jesus struck me as I read. He said, "If you are the Son of God." He attacked Jesus' identity, attempting to cast doubt on who Jesus was and to whom he belonged. The enemy's tactics are no different for us. He will attack at our identity, and if we don't have a firm grasp on who we are and to whom we belong, we will be vulnerable to his lies. So what are the lies you believe about yourself? What are the facts of your life that you're allowing to define you? What fears hold you back? Start writing them down. Share them with a friend. It's time to bring them to the light. Our enemy's hope is that you will keep your insecurities in darkness, because it is in the atmosphere of darkness where sin and deception do their best growth. He doesn't want you to talk about them or share them with others. Why do you think he tries so hard to make you feel insecure? So you'll keep quiet and stay in bondage. But the time has come for you to step out of his grip and begin your journey into the liberating light of freedom. Bring those lies to the light.